Alright everybody, looks like we are finally back. Sorry if you did watch the previous horrible live stream. Hopefully the internet is back and back to where it should be. I reset everything, I tested the internet speed again. It's still not the greatest, but it looks like it's night and day better than it was before. So I'll go ahead and just go over everything in case of for future people, because I deleted the previous stream just because it was horrible. But as I said, Robinhood. Get my Robinhood pulled up here. I am up pretty much 5.5% for the day, including after hours. After hours is only up about 0.3%. Hopefully you guys can see that there well. But yeah, so the reason is Acre is finally going back up. It reached a low of about 55 cents. And is currently up to 67 cents today. BPMX is also up around 33 cents. Obviously, I plan on selling Acre around 70 or above. I might raise that to 75 because it's really looking like once it breaks through the 70 barrier, I'll go ahead and pull up Acre. I was going to talk about JAGX, but we'll go ahead and hop over to Acre, maybe, if I can get it typed here. Acre. So obviously it built itself a resistance around 70 cents. Okay, let's not go that far back. I'll just go to 1 day. I didn't know I was on 5. So it built itself a resistance roughly around 70. As you can see here, it also showed, the VWAP shows it around 69.5 cents. So I pretty much just said 70 cents because it did tap 70 cents or pretty damn close to 70 cents earlier in the morning. Roughly around 10 o'clock in the morning. And then it really just started hitting a resistance here also roughly around 67, 68 cents for a majority of the day, like afternoon, late morning, early afternoon. It just stuck around 67, 68 cents and 66 most of the day. It did take a dip roughly around, what was that, 2 o'clock? Yeah, 2:30, and it bounced right back up to the 67 support. Because obviously 67 was the old resistance. Old resistance becomes new support, as we all know. And then it did dip back down. What is it currently at anyway? 66. So it did dip back down below. But I see it going, let me go ahead and go this way. I do see it going ahead and bouncing. Once it passes through the weak little, this might be a small resistance now at 67. I don't really see it staying, because as you can see, it went below 67 a few times today. It stayed more near it in the closer to the end of the day, and Acre is showing it at 67, but this is real time saying 66, so 66, 67 cents. It's not a huge ordeal. I look for it to really start the day off Monday roughly around the 70-cent barrier, resistance, whatever you wish to call it. And if it can break through that resistance, I see it going to like 75 cents, which obviously at that point I would be in major profits. I did get some Acre the other day, yesterday actually, around the 56-cent mark, which is why it says today's return is 16%. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but my total return is still minus 3%, which isn't horrible. Obviously, that's like literally all of my loss for the week, because if you look at my 1 week, is, that's Acre. Let me go to my 1 week. My 1 week is just down literally about 1.5%, aka minus $4. So really, other than Acre kind of lacking, I did sell TVIX off. You thought I would have learned after my first time going into TVIX, but for some god unknown reason, I felt the need to hop back into TVIX. And as you can see, it just trended down all day. I decided to sell it off, luckily, around 690, what was it, 91, because I literally took a 99-cent per share loss. Luckily, it was only 4 shares, so I lost about $4. And that's funny because if you look here, it was just under $4. What would that be? About $3.96. So after that, I only had, because my total loss for the week was $407, $3.96 plus from TVIX. I would say all my loss essentially came from TVIX this week. BPMX is still technically in, what am I trying to say here? For today's return, it is pretty much 8%. The total return is still minus 6%. So technically, I still have some loss in there. But obviously, as we all know, you only take the loss if you sell for the loss. So when you look at my 1 week, all my loss essentially is TVIX. As you all know, if you've seen my previous live streams, I hopped into TVIX also when it was way up last week and took a loss there. Not as huge of a loss as I did this time, if I remember right. But I lost pretty much all my losses came from TVIX. So needless to say, I probably won't mess around with TVIX for a while. But what's funny is it hit, I think this 660 might be a new low. Let's go back 180 days. Okay, so it hit a low at 465. I forgot about that. But I mean, TVIX, just the future is not really looking good for it. So I'm probably just going to stay away from it altogether just because, I don't know. I take signs personally. Fool me once. I don't even know how that saying goes. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Something like that. Pretty much, I got fooled twice by TVIX on my own fault because I didn't do my due diligence. Obviously, not well enough. But point being, TVIX, not worth it. I'll go ahead and talk about JAGX. I hope you guys definitely got into JAGX yesterday because that was fun, guys. Let's just go back 5 days. As you can see, it bounced all the way from 13.16 to 44 cents. If you don't know the percentage on that, that is roughly 220% or something like that, if I remember right. So there were people that cashed out big time on JAGX for sure. I personally got in around 19 cents, sold off at 23. So I mean, I didn't see huge profit. I saw like 15-16% profit, and I didn't even buy that many shares. I bought like 10 shares. So I made 40 cents. I mean, nothing big, but like I said, at the end of the day, profits are profits. As for today, I was supposed to have about $70 to trade with today. And then I looked at my buying power this morning, and it was at like 373. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? I went to my account, and it said there was still like $68 of unsettled funds or something like that. Let me see. What is it? I'm pretty sure it says unsettled funds or something like that. Yeah, unsettled funds. And now my unsettled funds is sitting at 133. So it's looking like Monday or Tuesday I'm going to have a lot of money to be using. I contacted Acre. I contacted Robinhood about this, and obviously if you have reached out to Robinhood before, you know that their customer support sucks ass, to say the least. So it was kind of annoying, to say the least. I didn't really get to do much. I think I bought maybe one share of Acre, and then I bought some of JAGX, and I bought JAGX, obviously. It saw nothing but a downturn pretty much. I bought it somewhere in here, and then I resold it off for I think I actually sold it for like a penny loss. So I mean, it really wasn't nothing. Nothing for me really went on trading wise. I sold off JAGX for a penny loss. I sold off TVIX obviously for almost a $4 loss total. But overall, we still managed to have for the day a $15 positive day. Obviously yesterday I was in the red a lot. I was in the red roughly $12. But I mean, overall for the week, not doing too bad. Acre, I plan on, like I said, going up to 75 cents. Roughly around there. I'm not saying that 75 cents is like exactly where it's going to be, but I'm thinking once it breaks through this rough barrier of around 70 cents, I think 74 to 75 really is not out of the realm of possibility. And the talks about the FDA are really starting to ramp up. Like almost, if you look at every single chat board, they're talking FDA like next week. I mean, obviously we heard the same stuff last week, but this time it's like everybody's just saying it now. So they're saying Monday or Tuesday. I'll be willing to hold on to it till Tuesday. If it gets above 70 cents, I'll probably sell off either way, because by that point, like I said, I'd be at the minimum of 4 to 6% profit. So I'll go ahead and walk away at that point with my profits and move on to something else. I'll obviously always keep an eye on Acre and BPMX and all those pharmaceuticals, just because I'm really falling in love with these pharmaceutical stocks, especially the penny stocks. What else was I going to talk about? There was one that I was keeping my eye on, but that I couldn't invest in. Was it JNUG possibly? Obviously I've day traded JNUG once or twice this week for about, 2 or 3% profit. Nothing big or anything, just covering my profits and making sure I don't catch it in a dip or anything. Today looked like it definitely would have been nice to day trade. Let me just go to the 1 day here. Let's just zoom in on this. So if you caught it roughly around 13.10, which I thought at 13.10 it was a really good buy in all honesty. Obviously I set my mark at 13.99, and that was back when I was like day trading it a couple days ago. I think I sold mine off. I forget at what exactly. I want to say something not quite as high as 13.99, but point being, if you'd have caught this at 13.10 or even say 13.15, because you wanted to make sure it was going up, in fact, and you sold it off even just at 13.70, that would have been what, a 55-cent profit. So if you do the math on that, a 55-cent profit divided by your initial investment of 13.15, that is a 4% profit, guys. So I mean, like I said, if you can average 3 to 5, I will preach this as long as I do this on this YouTube channel, my website, and so on. If you can average 4%, 3 to 5% a day, every single day, especially once your account starts getting built. Obviously, my YouTube channel is more towards the people that are just starting out or wondering, is it even worth investing with less than like $1,000, because everybody says you should start with $1,000 or it's not even worth it, which obviously the more money you have, the better it is. The people that are saying you should start with at least $1,000, the people that start with $10,000 probably say, oh, well, you shouldn't start with anything less than 10 or 100 or $1 million. I mean, I hear people all the time saying if you don't have $1 million to waste, then you shouldn't even invest, and that's just the dumbest shit I've ever heard, but that's a whole nother topic. Point being, if you can just keep compounding your account 2, 4, 5, I mean, I wouldn't even focus on the percent as much when you're starting out, especially if you're starting out with less than $500 like I am. Just focus on having green days consistently. Like, I am so pissed off at just Acre and BPMX, because those I wanted to day trade, and they're obviously turning into longer term swing trades, like 5, 6, 7 business days. I mean, it's still going to end green, but I mean, my account obviously this week, due to obviously me being stupid and going away from my plan, investing in TVIX and whatnot, stick to your plan, stick to the stocks that you know, swing trade, day trade, just focus on consistent green days, and then once your account starts building, start focusing on, okay, my goal is 2% a day, 5 days a week. That'd be 10% for the week. So, I mean, that's really good. If you can average 10% of growth a week, you're going to see your account explode over time, especially once you get to that $1,000 mark. If you average 10% a week, you're making $100 that first week. So then guess what? You're going to have $1,100 that next, times your 10%. You're going to have, what would that be, $110. So, I mean, you can see it just starts compounding. That's just at 2% a day, guys. And obviously, with the power of compounding interest per day, I mean, it's going to be more than $100, but you get what I'm saying there. Just focus on staying green. If you're brand new, just focus on having green days, even if it's like 1%. I sold something for literally like 0.75% the other day, just because I was like, okay, this thing is just not breaking this resistance. I'm going to go ahead and cover profits. It's literally pennies, but profits are profits right now. It was the day when Acre went down to like 55 cents, and I was just like, God, I don't want to lose any more money today. Obviously, I didn't lose any money because I didn't sell. But you get what I'm saying. Like, just focus on having those green days, and good things will happen. You'll get smarter. Your investing strategies will develop. You'll see what you like versus what you don't like. And, I mean, you'll just develop as a trader, investor. Just everything will just keep going good for you. But let me go ahead and hop in the chat real quick and see if anybody's there. Nobody's home. I don't know what I got a notification about. I'm not a Browns fan, so I don't know why I got a Browns notification. So the the stream seems to be not doing too bad, at least. So yeah, like I said, sorry about that previous stream. I don't know what the hell's going on with the internet. I know it's still not doing great, but yeah, like I said, JNUG, you would have got about a 4.2% return on your investment. If you would have caught it at 310, what would that have been then? A 65-cent return divided by 13.10, then you would have had a 5% return. So I mean, 4 to 5% is like gold. I mean, if you get 5% a day every single day, you're gonna see your account explode over time. Just watch where you are. I would almost be willing to do like some kind of challenge, like say start at $500 or $1,000 or somewhere around there. Start there and do 5% a day and just see where the account is after like a year. I mean, that would just be a cool study to do, just to like show people, like, you do not have to start with huge amounts of money to like get this roller coaster going. But anyways, obviously Sunday I'll talk about stocks that I'm going to be on the lookout for all of next week. Obviously that changes literally by day, but like I try to hit more on it for those of you that swing trade, because obviously a lot of us have jobs that like we can't really be focusing on our phone, on our Robinhood account all day or anything. Luckily for me, I can at least focus on it enough where I can do a little bit of day trading. I'm now limiting myself to 3 stocks a day, which I definitely suggest for those of you that are new. My problem when I first started out is I was looking at like 10 different stocks, and I would literally save them to my Robinhood account, like on my watch list. And what I did is I was like, you know what, I'm gonna obviously, like, I'll write out my list of stocks I'm gonna look out for, but then like each morning, like before I go to work around like 6 in the morning, I'll come home from the gym and whatnot, and then I'll literally look at each stock, and then I'll be like, okay, which one seriously has the most potential for today? And I'll look at 2 of them, and then from there, I limit myself to literally 2 or 3. And if they don't do good, then I don't invest whatsoever, obviously. Like, if it doesn't look like they are going to end up doing good, then no invest. Because the best investment you can make at the end of the day is making no investment at all. I would rather not invest, like, a single penny for an entire day if I don't find anything that I'm really gelling with or liking for the outlook for the day, rather than go on my gut and then be worrying all day and then end up losing money because I didn't do my due diligence at the end of the day. Hopefully you guys understand what I mean by that. But yeah, my like new kind of routine that I do, obviously I still like write out on pieces of paper like 5 to 10 stocks that I'm looking at. Is like, okay, these are like these have potential of at least 1.5 to 5% plus. Obviously I'm not limiting myself to any kind of gains at the end of the day, but if it doesn't have at least 1.5% of a chance on making me at least 1.5% profit, then I don't even consider it. 1.5 to 5 is the minimum that it has to, and then from there I like dive into the charts even deeper and kind of just make a good decision, kind of just go with my gut and based off of how much is going to be in my account to be able to actually trade. Like today, obviously with only having $4 when I should add 70, I had to pretty much just scratch everything. And I was like, okay, I'm in BPMX, I'm in Acre. I was like, what can I do with this? So I went ahead and threw most of it in Acre, and then like bought just a couple shares of BPMX just to make it keep on going and keep on growing those 2 even more. So I mean, it's really just adapting to like how much money you have, adapting to what you feel most comfortable with. Because let's be real, I mean, if you're not having fun with this, you're not going to stay at it. Like if you're just stressed out all day about, man, I hope that stock's doing good, I hope that stock's not crashing. Like if you're just worried all day, one, you're going to panic as soon as it dips. Like for me, yesterday, let's go back to Acre. If I was not confident in what I was doing, then yesterday I would have like sold off in this dip right here. But see here, now it's a smiley face. I'm happy because I knew, I was like, it's not going to go lower than 55. There were people on the thing saying it was going to hit 49 cents. I was like, no, it's not. Look, it keeps on bouncing off of support at 55. It's not going to go below 55 cents. So I invested some more 55. What do you know? Boom. This morning it went right back up, and now it's back at like 67. Yeah, see, it's caught up now. 67 cents. Like I said, I look for it to break on through, and possibly it might even test the 77 right here. But like I said, I'm not going to be greedy. If it hits like 74, 70, if it even hits 72 cents and it kind of just starts bouncing around, then I'll go ahead and sell off at 72, take my profits and leave. But my goal is 75 now at the end of the day. As you can see, I mean, the RSI isn't high at all. The MACD is showing a pretty consistent, like, I mean, it should continue up, and we'll just see how it goes. Like I said, I'm never telling you guys what to invest in whatsoever. You can always hop in the chat and tell me, or like ask me, what do I think about a stock, and I will always be happy to just search it right here for you all, and we can dive in and analyze it together. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Like I said, Sunday, obviously I do Sunday stock watches. Like I just talk about a few stocks that I'm going to be on the lookout for, because on Saturday and Sunday morning I kind of just dive in deep to just like overall mostly penny stocks, but sometimes we'll dive in like Snapchat, Gush and whatnot, and just look for like longer term potential, because like I said, it's more for you swing traders that can't really be glued to your computer or phone all day. So that's definitely something to be on the lookout for. That'll be probably around, I'm hoping around 1 o'clock, like mid-afternoon Central Time. So I'm Central Time, so whatever time I say, adjust accordingly to you. But I'm hoping around like 1 o'clock Central Sunday. Just depends, because I found out my girlfriend's mother is either in town or coming to town. And then obviously, for those of you that know, my great-grandmother's not doing too good. So Just depends on all that too. At the end of the day, I'll definitely keep you guys posted for sure. If anything crazy happens, I'll at least hop on for a few minutes and say sorry. I can't get on or whatever. But the goal is to at least be on for at some point. I'm rambling at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video. Like I said, we ended overall pretty much unched for the week, which isn't too bad. Obviously, the goal is to stay green, but it's all about learning at the end of the day. So hopefully you guys did take some value and information from this video. If you did, definitely make sure to smash that like button. I greatly appreciate that. And if you're new to me and enjoyed this video, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button below. But until next time, guys, keep on going out there and making them profits. Let's achieve some financial freedom this year, and I'll see you guys in the next video.